Casual gamers. If the games that I'm about to put on screen right now look like your annual starter pack, I am absolutely talking about you. Casual gamers are inadvertently the gaming industry's biggest cancer. It's like the cancer you get from eating too many burnt marshmallows. I'll absolutely be honest with you. The people that I'm going to talk about in this video, unfortunately, will probably never see it in the first place. For a couple of reasons. Probably because they don't care enough, or they don't watch enough gaming content on YouTube in the first place for this video to even get recommended to them. Casual gamers are completely in the dark about the disdain we have for EA, Ubisoft, and the many other gaming companies that ruin this art form. We tell gamers on a daily basis to vote with their wallets, but for a dude who buys or maybe only plays 1 to 3 games a year, he or she couldn't really care less. This video will explain the many problems that casual gamers inadvertently cause. Unfortunately, these ramifications are then felt throughout the entire gaming industry, from multiplayer to single-player titles. This is the problem with casual gamers. Now guys, don't get me the wrong way. I don't have any actual beef with the casual gamer in particular, but their actions unfortunately hurt everyone who enjoys the medium. Don't believe me? Let's have a look at the statistics. Let's consider The Witcher 3, one of the best games of the past generation, released on all available platforms. A huge increase in quality to its predecessor, The Witcher 2, years of passion and development in the making. It sold a whopping 9.5 million copies in 2015. Now, let's juxtapose this to another famous title. Now, how many copies do you think FIFA sold in that very same year, FIFA 15? Oh, nothing but a measly 14 million copies. Night and bloody day. FIFA's best-selling game was FIFA 18. That game sold 26.4 million units. FIFA, as all of us know, is an annualized title, so these games and titles become pretty much redundant after 12 months as the update stops after the subsequent release of the next FIFA coming out the very next year. Metal Gear Solid 5, which is a technical masterpiece even in today's standards, even as an unfinished game due to the issues with Kojima and Konami, it's a great title that pushes the envelope, allowing for true player creativity in the way in which they solve their missions, complete outposts. There's a huge amount of player creativity, and you can just watch a few compilation videos of people playing Metal Gear Solid 5 for you to understand that. To date, it has sold a great 7 million copies worldwide. A great return on investment for the huge amount of hard work that went into the title. The game has been out for almost a decade and has done pretty well. Now, let's compare this to a completely different title. How much do you think NBA 2K15 made in pretty much the exact same year? It took Metal Gear Solid 5 to sell that good 7 million copies. It only took NBA 2K 6 months from release to match that smooth 7 million copies sold. Crazy stuff. If you're a historian, you'll come to the conclusion that these type of games are what gamers truly love, or that the highest quality games available are of this genre or of this annualized type. This is far from the truth. Now, granted, these games are very popular because these games in the very first place have huge fan bases for their respective sports, basketball and soccer. But just because a game is released every year doesn't mean that people have to or are going to buy it. If a quality is low quality or not that great, people aren't going to buy it or aren't going to be interested in it at all. The very reason that these huge gaming companies don't change their reprehensible gaming practices is because their bag is always secured on a yearly basis. EA has been finessing the gaming community for over 2 decades, bro. Charging us full price of a brand new game for just a roster update? Come on, dog. From FIFA to Madden, EA Sports has been running the pockets of sports fans for years, bro. It's a true shame that their competitors regularly fail to compete. Games and other football games such as PES would try their luck, but they lack the official licenses left, so they're left out to dry because they don't have the necessary licenses to give a proper or high quality experience. I don't enjoy getting fleeced out of my hard-earned coin, which is why I took the personal decision to only buy FIFA once a console generation, so I can at least see a substantial jump in terms of quality when I jump over to a brand new game. There are many other companies as well that do these practices. Ubisoft is no saint either. I personally have more hate for Ubisoft in particular for two main reasons. Firstly, their ridiculously huge fall from grace from making masterpieces such as Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and Far Cry 3. They were responsible for making some of the best games in gaming history. Ubisoft is the definition of the popular saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The sad thing is that this has become so apparent on all of their titles. The adjective that I would describe this company is homogeneous. These games are so similar, regardless of whether you're playing Assassin's Creed or Far Cry, they literally all feel the same. What thoroughly annoys me about Ubisoft is always the huge potential that is wasted every time on their subsequent releases. It's really the hope that kills you, because Ubisoft regularly come with really interesting or intriguing concepts. It's when the game finally comes out that you're ultimately disappointed with the end product. If the majority of gamers had this information on hand, these businesses wouldn't stand. Most casual gamers don't know or even notice these issues at all. Ubisoft will continue to do this as long as their sales continue to skyrocket. If we consider this monetarily, these gamers are actually the ones who spend the most in the entire gaming industry. If more hardcore gamers were the majority of the consumers, companies such as Ubisoft, EA, Activision, and co. would have went out of business years ago. As long as their pockets are fat, they will continue to serve mediocrity. The pretty much starter pack or annual meal that a casual gamer will partake of is of course the mediocrity-filled sports games, an NBA 2K, a FIFA, a Madden, then perhaps one or two action games, whether it's an Assassin's Creed or Call of Duty. There's a reason so many people hate Call of Duty. The annualization of the COD series has diluted its quality exponentially. Only so much can be improved upon in 1 year. It's not nearly enough development time to make a great experience or a compelling story. Unfortunately, the casual gamers ensure that their sales are always on point. Unfortunately, neglecting games that genuinely deserve their hard-earned bread, such as Kingdom Come Deliverance, Outer Worlds, Deus Ex, and many other underrated titles. These are the games that actually deserve your hard-earned money and your time, not another worthless map marker-filled Ubisoft title or Call of Duty. If you're interested in looking to broaden your gaming horizons, check out my video that I'll put in the description explaining the best path you should take to properly spread your wings incrementally step by step so you can broaden your horizons and become a better gamer overall.
Hey bro, come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
Really, nigga?
Oh man. Microtransactions. The reason microtransactions are in every significant title is because they work. No business would provide a service that no client purchases or uses. This is the same for microtransactions. GTA Online is still active to this day because of the microtransactions shark cards that people continuously buy to this day. I'm almost certain that if GTA Online wasn't such a cash cow, we would have received a Grand Theft Auto 6 during the PlayStation 4 generation. This is just one of the examples of how a thoughtless decision of many gamers can negatively affect the entire gaming community as a whole. Understand that I'm not placing any blame on them at all, not at all. All I ask is be more caring and be more thoughtful about your gaming purchases, as they unfortunately affect all of us. Games such as Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 were almost ruined because of their pay-to-win microtransaction model. Winning was no longer based upon skill alone, but the size of your wallet. Ubisoft has even added microtransactions to make your character level up faster. They call them time savers, which is quite preposterous, as you don't have to interact with as much side content in order to level up. In a way, this is an insult to their own game, because you're in a way saying the game is so boring that you need time savers, so you play the game less. What? I understand that, playing in these free-to-play games, having these mechanics such as microtransactions is understandable. Fortnite has a huge amount of them, but they're purely cosmetic. And Fortnite has been able to become this global phenomenon because of them. It's a great game. While I do feel that some players probably do spend too much money on these cosmetics on Fort, at least they provide a huge amount of content on a regular basis in return. All I want is just a fair exchange for our investment. Paying for a new game full price and realizing you need to buy microtransactions to have the most fun is simply insulting. Many gamers out there will rationalize their decisions. Let's say, if you only buy 2 games a year and you spend a few games on COD or the COD Battle Pass, it's not going to hurt the bank. And many other people have similar sentiments. And that's how companies such as Activision are able to rake in millions for even a mediocre game such as Call of Duty Vanguard. Pressure builds diamonds. Gaming companies have no incentive to innovate or improve, as the majority of the customer base is not standing on their neck, bro. If you're someone who only eats fast food such as McDonald's, KFC, Chick-fil-A, whatever it is, you'd be a fool to call yourself a connoisseur in cuisine or a foodie. The same can be said about gaming. I'd be hard-pressed to call myself a real gamer if I'd only scratched the surface of the genre with titles such as 2K, Call of Duty, AC, whatever it is. Not only have you just scratched the surface, honestly, you've only just interacted with the most basic games out there. Those titles are made with accessibility in mind, not innovation, not heart, not uniqueness, not groundbreaking. I need you gentlemen and ladies to understand that this is by no means a hit piece towards casual gamers. They're not the source of the problem. Unfortunately, they do definitely perpetuate the problem. They're being exploited on a daily basis, so it's only right for us that know better to give them a heads up. These game companies will do whatever it takes to secure the bag, even sacrifice their own reputation, sacrifice their own creativity, and sacrifice the art form itself for a generic assembly line content. No matter how you slice it, casual gamers hold the future of gaming in their hands. Let's do our best to continue to reprimand the companies that want to exploit them and informing our fellow fledgling gamers to move on to better things. It's gotten so bad that the likes of EA have gone over to protect their games in courts to prove that they aren't gambling simulators. Dude, that's crazy, bro. There are games made specifically, game modes that are made specifically for their monetary purposes. This is not a practice that we can continue to accept in this art form. No longer are games made to tell stories or to give experiences only games can tell. They're now cash cows to keep companies fed for decades. It starts with us. Solution? Now, there's a principle that I choose to live by. If I have the audacity to complain about something egregiously, at the very least I need to provide a worthwhile solution to the problem. If this miraculously makes it into the feed of a casual gamer, I implore you to watch some of my videos down there. Branch out. There is so much out there. You may perceive there being a lot of hate or disdain for these companies. That's furthest from the truth. I hope that one day I can play a Ubisoft or EA sports game that was made with passion for the art form, not to secure the bag. Imagine being a gamer who only thinks that things such as Assassin's Creed and COD are the best thing that gaming has to offer in terms of gameplay and storytelling. It could be like someone who is under the impression that fast food places like McDonald's and Chick-fil-A are the pinnacle of what cuisine has to offer, the furthest from the truth. The problem is that far too many casual gamers haven't or refuse to go out of their comfort zone. Whatever that game is for you, branching out is paramount to truly enjoy what this art form has to offer. That would genuinely be my solution to the vast issues that casual gamers face. Information. Try an RPG, try a different title. For me, that game was Skyrim. It too took me way out of my comfort zone and showed me that there was more to gaming than just GTA and FIFA. Maybe watch a game review here and there, and don't buy FIFA and 2K every damn year. Until your respective sports game makes substantial changes, vote with your wallet. For that to happen, awareness is necessary. This is a tragedy that we can no longer allow to persist. Gaming is my favorite form of media entertainment. There is so much variety in the genre that even if you don't like action-heavy games, best believe there is a lane available for you. So guys, those are my thoughts, and I hope that this video was able to implore you to finally branch out of your comfort zone and actually try something of true substance. Take it easy, gents, and enjoy the rest of your day.